Hello, we're back. You're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what happens on Dear Father Al, you send to me your daily problems about life, about love, relationships, whatever your issues may be. Please consider sending them to me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al. What I'll do is I'll take all your information, jot it all down, and then reply back the following week with a common sense solution. You can contact me 24 hours a day. The social media handle is Dear Father Al. Again, Dear Father Al is the social media handle that applies to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. You can contact me, again, 24 hours a day. The email address is contactfatheral@gmail.com. Again, contactfatheral@gmail.com. On the subject line, go ahead and write Dear Father Al. And in the body of the message, give me about 500 words or less. And what I'll do is I'll take all your information, jot it all down, and then reply back the following week with a common sense solution. You can call me 24 hours a day. The telephone number you can reach me is area code 623-764-8893. Again, 623-764-8893. One more time, 623-764-8893. If by chance, if you need somebody outside of your basic scope, a friend, family, loved ones, someone that will give it to you straight, you can contact me. And what I'll do is I'll take all your information, jot it all down, and then reply back the following week with a common sense solution. So, to give you a feel of the show, what I do is I take all your information that you send to me, I read it off, and then reply back the following week with a common sense solution. If by chance, if you experience something similar to what I'm talking about, interject your comments in the chat line, and then what I'll do is I'll read those off, and we will go from there. So let's go ahead and roll forward with the one that I received a few weeks ago. We're having some technical difficulties, so it looks like it's a good feed. Looks like everything is going well for the most part. If by chance if you're having some audio issues, which I don't think you should be, interject your comments in the chat line, and I will read those off as well. So this is what I received last week. It says, Dear Father Al, my son married while in the military overseas. She is a pretty girl from a little country farm in Wyoming. They have a daughter. She is an only child. They came to Phoenix after the service. The marriage has difficulties and our grandchild gets neglected. My husband and I love this girl. She stays with us as often as possible. We take her to church and started her in school, and we are very active with her. We make sure she is fed. We send food home with her, fruits, cereal, and so forth, so she has food she can eat. She is hungry a lot. Do we have any rights as grandparents to care for her? Signed, help. Oh, signed, worried signed, worried grandparents. All right, worried grandparents, I will reply back to you in a sec. So if by chance you are experiencing something similar to that, interject your comments in the chat line, and I will read those off as well. Again, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al. If by chance, if you need somebody outside of your basic scope, a friend, family, loved one, someone that will give it to you straight, I'm hopeful you can depend on me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al. All right, so let's go and roll forward with the next one that I received, or actually the response to worried grandparents. All right, worried grandparents. What I would suggest is to get a little notepad for your granddaughter. Put some fruits on the table, an orange, an apple, a banana, or some grapes or something like that, a sandwich or so. Then print each word, the name of each item, on that sheet of paper. You can do it or she can do it as well. Then she or you can draw a picture of each and color them. So it's like an activity per se for her. Send the food and the notebook home with her. Show her how to make each one she eats show her how to mark each one that she eats at home. Tell her to bring the notebook back to you when she returns and go over each food item with her. What this does, it gives you insight on which item she has or has not eaten. So it's like a report, if you will, as well as some sort of game that she can play along with, drawing and doing creative stuff with the items you put on the list. So the child should be happy with marking off items eaten. So it's, again, like a game for her to play. This will also give grandma tangible proof later on the eating habits of the child. So if by chance you need to confront the parents, gently for the most part, you can present to them, hey, the child says she's eating this, she's not eating that, and it will allow you to open that issue up for discussion. Just a thought. So if by chance, if you experience something similar to what I'm talking about, please interject your comments in the chat line. I would greatly appreciate it. Today is Saturday, November 12th, episode number 9B. Tried to do it last week, having some technical difficulties, but again, I'm looking at the feed, and the feed looks like it's good, so I'm hopeful that things are good on your end. If by chance you need somebody outside of your basic scope, a friend, family, loved one, someone that will give it to you straight, I'm hopeful you can depend on me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, to provide a common sense solution to help you move forward in life. In the description, you're going to see a few links. The first link that you're going to see in the description is the Friend of the Father Partner link. And when you click that link, what that will do is that will take you to a PayPal page. And on the PayPal page, you're going to see a few drop-down options. The first drop-down option you're going to see is the Friend of the Father Partner Program. The Friend of the Father Partner Program, that is a program that we created to help keep the program alive. And when you donate to the Friend of the Father Partner Program, what that will do is that will pay for the jacket, the dry cleaning of the jacket, the shirt that I'm wearing, as well as you know, that now that we're on YouTube, I've been using some streaming software, using some basic features of the software. If by chance you decide to go ahead and donate to the Friend of the Father Partner Program, that will allow us to upgrade the software that we're using so we can add some additional bells and whistles, some additional interactivity, some more additional cameras, for example, some additional lighting, as well as allowing people to call in and some more interactivity on that. The other set of drop downs you will see in that initial drop down, you will see a reference to the Living Legacy Program. The Living Legacy Program, that is a program that we created where we'll take donated mobile devices, laptops, notebooks, Samsung Galaxy Notes. We take those and we refurbish them and then bring them back to factory reset, and then we donate them to senior citizens 65 and older with no income requirements. So if you're a senior 65 and older, or if you know a senior 65 and older that needs a mobile device, hey, we've got a bunch of stuff in the back and we can help you out as well. The reason why we chose the Samsung Galaxy Note is the Samsung Galaxy Notes come with a built-in stylus, and the seniors, oftentimes they have frail hands, they can take out the stylus and use it to navigate on their phone. We'll take the real legacy ones of the Samsung Galaxy Notes, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but please keep in mind those cannot be used as a phone. Because of the older technology, they can only be used as we'll say a mini tablet, so they can take them to the grocery store and log in to the free Wi-Fi there and surf the internet that way. We'll take the current one as well, the 9 and forward. Those can be used as a phone as well as a mini tablet. But keep that in mind when you decide you want to donate one to us. If you want to donate something to us, call me, send me a text, send me an email, and we will go from there. You'll also see a reference in the set of drop downs, a reference to open and private. The difference between the two is open, that is where we'll tell any and everybody who donated, how much they donated. Private, that is where we'll keep that information as far as who donated. We will keep that information confidential. So that's the difference between the two. The next link that you're going to see in the description is the Father Al wish list. And if you've been around a while, you notice people have been donating fancy cigars and stuff like that. So if by chance, if you want to send some cigars or actually cigar accessories, golf accessories, you can click that link. It'll take you to an Amazon.com page and you'll see all kind of cool stuff. So click the link and send some stuff to me if by chance, if I've helped you out even in some small way. You won't be able to send actual cigars to me. So if you have a cigar website, a store that you want to have it drop shipped to me, go ahead and do so. Send it to me. Let me know it's coming. So that way when the concierge says, hey, Al, you got something downstairs, I'll know that something is on the way. So that is what you're going to see in the description. Again, click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up. Tell as many people about the broadcast as possible. Our social media handle is Dear Father Al. Again, Dear Father Al. That applies to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Email address is contactfatheral@gmail.com. Phone number 623-764-8893. Again, 623-764-8893. All right, so let's go ahead and roll forward with the next one that I received. All right, so the next one I received, it says, Dear Father Al, I have an investment residential property which is being taken over by transients. When I call 911 to have the police stop by my property, the transients exit out the rear of the home and escape in the alley. The cop car is out front, and since they don't see the transients, they claim it is a false alarm call. Imagine that. And I am charged $100 per call. Help. Signed, Fighting False Alarms. All right, Fighting False Alarms. I will reply back to you in a sec. So if by chance you have experienced something similar to that, interject your comments in the chat line. I'll read those off and we'll go from there. If you need somebody outside of your basic scope, a friend, family, loved one, someone that will give it to you straight, hopefully you can depend on me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, to provide a common sense solution to help you move forward in life. All right, so let's go and roll forward with the next one that the response that I got. All right, it says, Dear Father Al, Dear Fighting False Alarms. When you call 911 to advise law enforcement about an active crime at your property, tell them to position the squad car in the alley behind the home where the thieves typically escape versus the front of the property. If they go there, you call them and they park the car, in front of the house and people are exiting out the back. Oh, gee, I don't see any criminals leaving your property out the front door. They're all in the back. So if you tell them, hey, park your squad car in the alley and even turn on, the alarm or horn or something to alert them that law enforcement is nearby, honk the horn, they'll try to escape out the, out the alley, climb the fence, then the cops can go after them. You can even say, hey, send two. Have one to park out of the front and park one out of the back. So this is what I got. Dear Fighting False Alarms, when you call 911 to advise law enforcement about the active crime at your property, tell them to position the squad car in the alley behind your home where the thieves typically escape versus the front of the property. If they can position a squad car in front as well as the alley behind your property, all the better. It's an easy out for the cops to park out front and claim, gee, I don't see anybody walking in the front, out the front of the door. To call the alarm a false alarm. So encourage them to park in the alley instead. All right. So if by chance, if you experience something similar to that, you're dealing with law enforcement, and you tell them you've got some people that are inhabiting your property, you can't get rid of them, and they're always exiting out the back, for example, and the cops are always parking out front. Hey, send 2 squad cars or send a squad car out the front. And if you have a cell phone, and if you're familiar with how to use your cell phone, take your cell phone camera, and while the cops are in the back, you just have the camera rolling in the front to show the thieves exiting, park across the street so they don't come directly at you, But position the camera right at the front door so you can see them try to exit, out the front of the property, the front part of the gate, or through the windows or something like that. At least you'll have some sort of tangible proof that people are exiting your property if by chance the cops are only parking in the back. So that is what I have for you, fighting false alarms. You're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I love each and every one of you, and I truly appreciate you sticking with me. We had some technical difficulties with the show. I'm hopeful that this stream looks like it's going to be a good stream. No problems. So shortly after this broadcast, maybe an hour or so-ish, I'm hopeful we'll display a little later. The copy of the live feed will show in our carousel of shows for Dear Father Al. So you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you need somebody outside of your basic scope, a friend, family, loved one, someone that will give it to you straight, I'm here for you. I'm Father Al with Dear Father Al. Again, you can contact me 24 hours a day. Email address is contact Father Al. Again, contact Father Al at gmail.com. The telephone number you can reach me is area code 623-764-8893. Again, 623-764-8893. One more time, 623-764-8893. Our social media handle again is Dear Father Al. That applies to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube as well. Again, I love each and every one of you. So let's go ahead and roll forward with the very next one that I've got. Looks like we're going to close that. We may, close out a little earlier. No harm, no foul. So, all right, so this is what I have for the next one. All right, so this one says, Dear Father Al, I've been receiving spam calls from marketers stating I should do various things. They claim they have my physical address. How should I respond to these calls, and how did they get my address? Signed, Marketing Madness. All right, Marketing Madness, I will reply back to you in a sec. So if by chance, if you experience something similar to that, you're getting a boatload of junk calls, and now that election season is over, for the most part, for now, your junk calls should be dying down to some degree. So if by chance, if you experience something similar to that, it's, the calls were coming in, junk calls, buy this, buy that, we've got your number, we've got your address, would you be interested in that? All that kind of crazy stuff. Interject your comments in the chat line, and I will read those off as well. Again, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today is Saturday, November 12th. For those veterans like myself, I'm hopeful that you had a safe and happy Veterans Day, which was yesterday. Again, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So let's go ahead and roll forward with the next one, that actually the response that I received. I'm going to go ahead and give the response to the letter that I received from Marketing Madness. Dear Marketing Madness, one's name address, and phone number can be obtained from a wide variety of sources. When you purchase items, whether it's online or a physical store, your contact information is often sold to other sources. Also, for maybe $25, $30 or so, what I could do is I could personally, and anybody for the most part, can actually go online and purchase your contact information, your name, your contact address, phone number, email address, work location, and as well as a list of people who may be related to you. It's insanely easy. So placing your name on the do not call list, for the most part, I'd say they're worthless. For the most part, they have some tangible value to it, but this is what often happens. So I would say, don't waste your time in doing that kind of stuff. So what will happen is you may place your name if you decide to go forward, you may place your name on such a list, but later on you purchase an item somewhere. Don't read the fine print, because oftentimes, especially if you purchase stuff online, it'll have some sort of terms and conditions, the purchase. And then in the fine print, it says, if you proceed with this purchase, you, for the most part, give us permission to take your contact information and sell it. So you may be all excited, oh, I got my name on the do not call list. Okay, no one's ever going to call me. And you click something online, or you go to a store, you fill some stuff out. Next thing you know, you're back on somebody else's list, then they share it, and you're back to square one. So that is what often happens. So what I would do is to have all calls to you, have those go directly to voicemail. You can have your standard people, your emergency list of people that you know, and with your phone, any people that are not on that list that you create goes directly to voicemail. Otherwise, it shows up on your phone and you can answer it. So try something like that. You can also put on the outgoing message of your phone, I do not accept voicemails. I do not listen to my voicemail, so please don't send or leave a voicemail with me. If you want to contact me, send a text to me. Something like that, something to discourage them. Or you can also put on there, if on your outgoing message, if this is something where you're selling, create it however you want. But something like, if you're selling something, please don't leave a message. I am not interested, to kind of dissuade them from contacting you further. So something like that. So I'm hopeful that will help you out, Marketing Madness. Again, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now that we've had the daylight savings time change on November 6th, we're going to be broadcasting at 3 o'clock Arizona time, still 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible. Since you're watching it here on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button. I love each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sticking with me through this whole change in streaming process. We're here on YouTube. Again, if by chance, if you want some additional interactivity on the show, interject your comments in the chat line and let us know. If you're interested in contributing to the Father Al through the Friend of the Father Partner Program, go ahead and click the link in the description. It'll take you to the PayPal page, and you can donate that way. And that way we can have some more interactivity, some additional cameras, some additional lighting, some additional chat, and again, some more interactivity on the show, which I'm hopeful we can get to that point. So you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, our social media handle is Dear Father Al. It applies to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and click the subscribe button. So I want to go ahead and roll forward with the very last one that I've got, and we're going to call it a wrap. All right, so this is what I got. It says, Dear Father Al, my husband and I are retired. Good. Same. Retired. It's crazy. I retired on the day after my birthday. Worked for the government doing IT, and he can't even get the YouTube feed working right. I know. But I did get it figured out. So finally. So yeah, retired on the day after my birthday, December 29th. So I retired on the 30th of last year. And the year has been kind of flowing by, and it's almost December coming up. So it's kind of crazy that I'm in the retired state of mind. Go figure. All right, so here we go. Dear Father Al, the letter reads, my husband and I are retired. 2 of our 3 children have moved on and have families of their own. Our youngest son lives with us. He is not as focused as our other children, and we don't know what to do. We can easily afford for him to continue living with us, but have hope that he can find a path of his own. Cool. Signed, Son, S-O-N, Son Out. All right, Son Out. I will reply back to you next week. Again, you're here with me, Father Al, with Dear Father Al, an advice column broadcast every Saturday from 2 o'clock p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible, and most importantly, click the subscribe button. Again, I love each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for sticking with me through this crazy process. And I'm glad, again, I'm looking at the stream, and the stream looks really good. My eyes are darting around because I've got all these panels that I've got to constantly keep my eye out on, the audio, the video, the stream, the direct stream through YouTube, and trying to navigate all this stuff with the mouse as well as having the cigar in my hand. So I'm trying to do some multitasking. So that is what is going on here. Again, don't have anybody that's doing the actual live chat. No harm, no foul. So again, after the show, you should be able to see shortly afterwards. You should be able to go back, and if by chance, if you weren't able to watch the entire show, you should be able to go back and watch the broadcast, the recorded broadcast on YouTube shortly after the show. Again, click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible. Again, today is Saturday, November 12th, episode number 9B. We will be back next week, same time, 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if by chance, if you're here in Arizona, it's going to be 3 o'clock Arizona time. Love you, love you, love you. Smooches, smooches, smooches. Again, click the like, click the share, click the thumbs up, tell as many people about the broadcast as possible. Click the subscribe button. Our social media handle is Dear Father Al. Again, Dear Father Al is our social media handle. Our email address is contactfatheral@gmail.com. Again, contactfatheral@gmail.com. On the subject line, go ahead and write Dear Father Al. In the body of the message, give me about 500 words or less. And what I'll do is I'll take all your information, jot it all down, and then reply back the following week with a common sense solution. The telephone number, you can reach me 24 hours a day. You can call, text, leave a message, whatever. Telephone number is area code 623-764-8893. Again, 623-764-8893. Until next week, go in peace.